sit down.
Good evening, everyone! Welcome back once again to Vicious Rants. Of course, I'm your host, Mr. Main Event himself, the often imitated, never duplicated Superstar Tim Vicious, and we're gonna go over Raw this week was in Memphis, Tennessee. Now, thankfully, there was no ever so infamous Memphis street fight, Memphis music street fight, or a Jerry Lawler spot, much to surprise, but okay show, especially since we're leading into Elimination Chamber coming up. We are in WrestleMania season, and folks, before we get into the show, again, I want to remind everyone we here at the Main Event Wrestling Network. We are working non-stop to build up the main event platform. So folks, you always hear me give them a shout at the end of each episode. Main Event _net. That's the Main Event Wrestling Network's social media page on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. Go and give that a follow. Go on to the Main Event Network's YouTube page. That's in the description tab. Give them a sub. Go and check out all of the other work that all of us do. The BWO, the Blog World Order. Those guys put out great work all the time. Mike, he does work on JCW. Great Brown Hope, he does his fantastic work. You got Shady, one match, one promo. And we are a plethora. We are a network. It's not just, hey, we all just talk about one thing from our perspectives. No, we talk about all the wrestling things. So make sure you guys go and give that a follow. And with that said, before we go and start talking about the show, we got to remind everyone how we pay these funny little gimmicks called bills. So, folks, I would just like to remind everyone that we here at the Vicious Studios are WWE Shop affiliates. So what that means is, if you click the link in the description tab, or if you're watching the video, you scan the QR code right there on the screen, it will take you to WWE Shop using our dedicated link. You go on there and make a purchase for whatever item your heart desires, and we here at the Vicious Studios receive a small nominal commission for from your purchase. No extra cost to you on that whatsoever. And folks, here's the kicker. If you got discount codes, you got any kind of discount or promo codes for anything, $10 off, $20 off, 30% off your total, 50% off your total, free shipping, any of that stuff, any of it, you can still use it with our preferred link. We do not discriminate. It's it's great all around, and we here at the Vicious Studios use those proceeds to help benefit and improve the show. Also, folks, speaking of affiliates, we are affiliated with the Skull Shaver. I use this. It is the hands down the #1 tool in my grooming kit. Folks, I am bald and beautiful, and that is thanks to the Pitbull Skull Shaver I use. It has got a sleek ergonomic design. It slides right in between my fingers. Built-in lithium-ion battery. It is fully rechargeable. You can use it in the shower or right over the sink, whichever you prefer. 60 to 90 seconds going across the head. With this, folks, I want you to think, how often can you say you got a really good shaving your head in 60 to 90 seconds? You can't. Not unless you got the Pitbull Skull Shaver, I guarantee you on that. And here's the blades, easy to change, easy to clean. Cleanup is a breeze. Blades need replacing roughly about every 6 months. I want you to think about that for a minute. Every 6 months. You can't beat that. You can't go to a drugstore and pay $2 for a 90 bag of them cheap little plastic razor gimmicks that you're going to use to try and shave your head. And then next thing you know, You're going to look like you just came out of a death match. You know, you're going to have cuts all over your face, all over the top of your head. You're going to be looking like you bled buckets of blood. You don't want that. You're going to look all sorts of nasty. You ain't got to worry about looking all sorts of nasty, though, thanks to the Pitbull Skull Shaver or any of the other skull shavers that they have on there. Make sure you click the link in our Make sure you click our affiliate link in the description tab to go and check them out. And folks, like I always say, the OG way to help support the show outside of telephone, telegram, tell your friends to go and check us out is with some Vicious Rants apparel, much like I'm wearing right now. Folks, whatamaneuver.net for some Vicious Rant shirts. Hands down, the most comfortable shirts I have ever worn. I love them. They fit great. They are super comfortable. And we got men's tees. We got women's tees. We got tanks. We got toddler tees. We got baby onesies. And folks, with spring right around the corner, you get a tank. You can go and show off them guns and show off your support for the show at the same time. So, it's a perfect gift for somebody you love, somebody you hate, or if you just want to go and get a shirt to go and give to some charity organization so that way you can hold on to your special shirt that means a lot to you, by all means, go ahead. Whatamaneuver.net, search for us on there in Vicious Rants. Yeah. So, with that said, now let's switch. So, before we start talking about this week, we're going to switch gears and talk about last week via the SmackDown Rewind. And the big highlights from last week's SmackDown, it started out with Tiffany Stratton coming out, talking about how, well, you know, I have been out for, it's been 3 months since I lost my title, and I'm not locked in to go and get it back, and I can't do a Valley Girl impression, I'm sorry. I tried, folks, I tried. She said she's been out for it's been 3 months since she lost her title. She's locked in for Elimination Chamber to win and get another title shot at WrestleMania. And then out comes Nia and Lash. Nia right on cue. Tiffy, it is, I wish I could say it's great to see you, but that would be a lie. Listen, Tiffany, sweetie, you better pray you don't cross paths with me because it's not going to end pretty for you. And when I qualify for Elimination Chamber and I see you, I'm going to put you in the ground. And that's basically summing up what she said. And then out came Rhea and Io because Nia Jax and Lash Legend had a women's tag title match to go against them. So we wound up getting Io and Rio going against, Io and Rhea against Nia and Lash, easy for me to say. And that ended in a count out. There was brouhaha, brawling on the outside. And yeah. So, if I had to guess, we're probably building up to maybe something. I'm hoping that we're building up to something at WrestleMania. Well, let me just put it like that. Other highlights from SmackDown were the MFT in a tag match against Carmelo Hayes, Shinsuke Nakamura, Ilya Dragunov, Matt Cardona, and Apollo Crews. And this came to be because Carmelo went to go do an open challenge. Ilya came on out, and just as them two were locking eyes with each other, out came Solo saying, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa. Now, Ilya, before you go and try and take that, y'all need to recognize that title's mine. And I'm taking back what belongs to my family." And just as all the MFT circled the ring, then that's when the rest of the guys came out. And then Nick Aldis was possessed by the spirit of Teddy Long and proclaimed, "We're going to have a tag team match, players. Holla, holla, holla." Nothing? I'm wasting good comedic talent on you guys. Come on, give me a chuckle or something here. Anyways, The MFT wound up getting a win on that. We also had a women's elimination chamber qualifying match: Alexa Bliss, Julia, and Zelina Vega. And the internet was all abuzz because there was rumors going around. Zelina's gonna have a new entrance. Zelina's gonna have a new entrance. Zelina's gonna have a new entrance. She came out to her hubby Aleister Black's music and did all the exact same stuff she does with him, minus Aleister Black. The whole laying back and then falling forward. I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I loved seeing it, and I could watch it all day. In fact, no. Got a show to finish. Got a show to finish. Focus, man. Focus. Okay, I'm good. So, Alexa Bliss wound up winning that match. Golf clap. So yeah, and Trick Williams had a match against Rey Fenix, and then we had Jade Cargill finally defended her WWE Championship against Jordynne Grace. Liv, Raquel, and Dominik were ringside, and Liv was on the mic saying, "Well, I feel like I'm just gonna be here ringside because I want to see who my potential opponent is for WrestleMania." And then Dom, being the smooth operator that he is, "You know what, sweetie? I got something special set up for you. Boys, come on. Bring it on down. Next thing you know, you see assembly crew setting up a little table, some plates, and Dom's got a whole spread of chicken nuggies out for Liv. And they're like, "Sweetie, I know you love a dinner and a show, so we got ringside seats, we got food, and we got a match." So, yeah. That man's game needs to be studied. Seriously. That's all I'm going to leave it at, because he went from Rhea to Liv, and now, anytime he's on Monday Night Raw, he's now got Stephanie Vaquer on him like stink on shit. I swear if I had that power. Focus. Anyways, Jade wound up getting a win on the title match. Jade wound up getting a win on the title match. So I'm laughing at my own expense. And yeah, then there was the last match of the night was the men's elimination chamber qualifying match. Cody Rhodes, Solo Sikoa, and not Solo. Cody Rhodes, Jacob Fatu, I'm sorry, that was a brain fart on me, and Sami Zayn. And Cody got the win, not without a little bit of hearsay and what the fuckery, because Drew McIntyre came out partway through the match, took Cody out, and then threw Sami on top of him for a pin, because he said he wanted Sami to win. But Cody wound up eventually getting the comeuppance and got the win, so Cody's going to the chamber. So, with that said, let's get into this week's show now. Raw in Memphis. It starts out with the Usos starting to work their way through the crowd, and then the Vision. Cut the music. Cut the music. Stop the music. Yeah. So they get that. And then Vision, they go and hype up saying, "Listen, folks, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but our man, Austin Theory, was screwed out of his Elimination Chamber qualifying match last week by the Masked Man. And Adam Pearce, I know for a fact you're all perfectly okay with that. So, how about we make amends, let bygones be bygones, and just let Bronson Reed into the Elimination Chamber?" Pierce comes out, Scrap Daddy, we're not having that. And then LA Knight, he comes out, he's a little bit farther up from Pierce, staring down over at the Vision, who's in the ring, calls all of them out and trash talks all of them. Best takeaway from all of that was when Logan Paul tried saying something to him, and LA Knight, wound up just looking at him like, because LA Knight was talking about on how you three, I've been having problems with all of you ever since you guys took me out. And then Logan Paul, oh, you mean like when you got taken out by getting smashed onto a car? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, you little broccoli headed bitch. Oh, I fucking love that. I love that. I could watch somebody trash. I could watch LA Knight trash Logan Paul all day. I could. Anyways, as they're all going back and forth like that, then again, Adam Pearce now becomes possessed by the spirit of Teddy Long and proclaims a 6-man tag match play as Holla 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 with LA Knight, yeah, and the Usos going up against the Vision. And so that's our first match of the night with the baby faces leading at the start with with LA Knight being made into a punching bag post break. Jey Uso winds up getting a hot tag, starts cleaning up house. Eventually, Jim winds up getting brought in. And then we eventually get to the ending, Bing Bang Boom, where excuse me, Jimmy winds up taking the pinfall where he gets that loaded right hand from Logan Paul. He drags him over so that way then Bronson Reed can go and hit him with the tsunami. However, after the match, the Masked Man goes and does a curb stomp to Logan Paul and then it's nothing more but smoking Nikes afterwards. Ain't nobody catching him. So, yeah. And there's rumors and heir apparent all over the internet. It's saying, oh, it's this guy, oh, it's that guy, oh, it's this guy, it's that guy, that. Guys, here's the thing. Maybe, just maybe. What if everyone is right in that sense? Because, hear me out. Because, what if the Masked Man is just that person for that night only? Think about it. Anyways, next matchup, we have Women's Elimination Chamber qualifying match. Oh, Asuka going up against Nattie, going up against Bayley, and good solid triple threat action. All the girls were going at each other for a good bit, but near the end, after the last commercial break for the match, it was more so like Asuka was getting put on the ass end of the ass kicking and being made into a punching bag for the match, but she wound up getting the win by putting the Asuka lock in on Bayley after Nattie wound up getting thrown out and taken out on the outside. After the match, though, you saw Maxine Dupree go and do an attack on Nattie, so if I had to guess, maybe maybe a match between them, between here and between here and Mania, if soonest at WrestleMania, the very latest. So next up, we got a #1 contenders match for the Intercontinental Championship. El Grande Americano going up against Penta Zero Mero. And folks, I'm going to say this now. El Grande Americano is so fucking good. You know, and when I say this, I'm talking about the aspect of how he's able to transition from all the stuff he does in AAA compared to what he does on Monday nights. It's like night and day. In AAA, it's almost like, I don't know how else to describe it, except he's looked at in an almost godlike sense, like a godlike aura, like, this guy is so fucking great, we love him. Compared to Monday Night Raw, it's, oh, you dirty, rotten scoundrel, you. Like, I love it. I love it. I do. Either way, as far as the match goes, Really good action. I dug the hell out of it. It was. Then again, I've never really seen a Penta match that I did not like. And I've also not seen an El Grande Americano match I did not like. So put both together, and that's pretty much going to be the equivalent of peanut butter and chocolate, right? Right. Match came to an end when Penta wound up hitting a springboard Mexican destroyer onto El Grande, but before that, El Grande wound up getting distracted by the original El Grande Americano, who wound up taking out Los Americanos, who were ringside. And then after the match, original El Grande wound up going to try and yank off his mask. And thankfully, Los Americanos were able to go and save him. So now we come to the main event match of the night. The men's Elimination Chamber qualifying match. The young OG Javon Evans going up against the ring general Gunther and the dirtiest player in the game today, Dirty Dominik Mysterio, the only man to hold the Intercontinental and AAA Mega Championship in wrestling history. And I gotta say, I thought this was a good triple threat match. Both guys, they played the game smart with both of them trying to go after Gunther, trying to take him down, and it was a good start for them in that sense. But Gunther, man, once he locked in, and then every chop and every shot, I felt in my soul like, ooh, oh God, I could feel that in my soul. Which is saying something because I sold that when I was 17. Ooh, ouch. That hurt. But yeah, good match. I really dug it. And it came to an end when Gunther, he got taken out. He was over on the outside. Evans, he got inside. Wound up working with Dom for a quick minute. And then Javon wound up hitting the OG cutter onto Dominik Mysterio for the 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Your winner, and now heading to the Elimination Chamber, the young OG himself, Javon Evans. I am so looking forward to seeing that kid in the chamber for the first time. And he's like 22, 23-ish. So for being that young and getting to go and be in the match that big and that fundamental, that's a huge stepping stone, and that's a huge, and to me anyway, my personal view, I see that as the company having a huge sign of trust in them, saying, listen, we see something in this kid. Just give us a little time, just some time and some patience. We're going to make him be a fucking name. So with that said, folks, that is it for this week's show. So please, like I always say, do not forget to like the videos, go subscribe to the YouTube channel, go back, watch some of the other episodes when you can. If you're listening to this on audio, go out there and spread the message. Give us a 5-star review if you feel like we've earned it. We are trying to build up the audio platform. It is still relatively new to all of us here at the studio. Thank you to contributor to the show, LFC Lingerie Fighting Championship. They're a little bit of wrestling, a little bit of MMA, and a whole lot of attractive women wearing a little bit of nothing. Thank you. Also, folks, do not forget to follow these cool-ass cats right here on the Twitter. DSB_IV, main event _net, the main event wrestling network account. Sergeant Curry Pants, 3 Count Thursday, D-Dryer1986. I am Tim Vicious out there on the socials, and like I always tell you, folks, you love me, great, and if you hate me, well, shut up and sit down. Fuck you.